people who are able to use the AI tooling that is appropriate for that role the best will actually progress really far, very fast. India has more consumer AI startups than the US as we speak. WhatsApp AI bot called Tal. You should get Tal on your phone and Tal will recommend jobs to you, will find out what you're looking for, and there you go. So just get Tal.
A 1 minute video works. You have the time to watch that video.
1 minute I would, yeah, absolutely. We are very confident that AI in India will be won by Indian AI companies.
We're at the India 2047 conclave and we just had a fantastic, sensational session right now on stage. Rajan Anandan has joined me right now in the Off the Beat podcast, where we'd like to know a little more about you, about AI, of course. You're one of the most influential voices when it comes to AI startup ecosystem in India. I want to know from you first, if your life was a startup, which stage would it be at today? Are you at seed level, Series A unicorn, or an IPO?
I'm at idea stage.
You're at seed stage right now?
No, not even seed. I'm at idea stage.
With all the experience that you've guaranteed, why would you say that?
I think it's important to always think of yourself as very early in your journey because, learning just compounds, right? And you have to always be uncomfortable, always be learning. And I like to sort of think of it that way.
We had a fantastic conversation about AI and how AI is developing in India. Is India winning the race? Are we part of the race? What do you really think is missing right now?
Look, so firstly, I think it's important to know that India is very much in the race, right? If you look at on the consumer adoption of AI, both for ChatGPT and Gemini, India is either number one or number two market in the world, user market in the world. India has more consumer AI startups than the US as we speak. Very few people know that. We have consumer AI innovations across just about every imaginable sector. Even on the enterprise side, we've started seeing AI really take off thanks to voice AI. Human cost of voice for an enterprise is 5 rupees a minute to about 20 rupees a minute. Average cost of voice AI today in India is about 3 rupees a minute. And we're seeing Indian companies win very large enterprise deals at call it a rupee 50, maybe 2 rupees a minute. And that number is going to keep going down, right? So at the application layer, the game has definitely begun. We're seeing just massive amounts of innovation in India, and that's application for India. We're also seeing a large number of companies from India building for the world, whether it's in healthcare, retail, energy, so on and so forth. And at the model layer, right, I think at the India AI Summit in February, India entered the model race. Sarvam, which is the leading sovereign AI company in India, launched both a 30 billion parameter model and a 105 billion parameter model. They've got their own voice models, both speech to text, text to speech. They have OCR models and so on, vision models. So India is very much in the race. And if you ask me, if we fast forward 5 or 10 years, we are very confident that AI in India will be won by Indian AI companies.
Hopefully so. Now, as an entrepreneur, as a mentor, as an investor, I'd like to know, when someone comes to you with a pitch, what is that one thing that makes you click? Like, I'm sure there's data and logistics, but I'm sure there's also gut instinct. What is that one thing that makes you realize, yes, this business has it? And I think this
I think it's not really one thing, but when we look to partner with companies, especially at the very early stages, we both focus on the founding team, whether it's a single founder or 2 founders or 3 founders. We spend a lot of time trying to understand, is this a founding team that we believe will build a large business? And second, we look at the opportunity, right? Is the opportunity large enough? Can you build a materially differentiated company? And we really focus on both of those.
But have you ever had a moment where you went with your instinct and not so much of data?
Look, in very early stages, it's all about instinct, right? Because there's not much data. At seed stage, 35 to 40% of investments that we make in India, there's not a single line of code written. There's no product, there's no code, there's nothing to look at, right? Nothing to evaluate. So you're basically betting on a founding team and an idea of a space. And at that sense, it's really instinct, right? Like where you're trying to assess whether this founder or this founding team has what it takes to build a great company. So one of the things we look for is deep insights about the problem that they're trying to solve. Do they have like a very, very deep, nuanced understanding of the specific problem that they're trying to solve? And then we're also trying to understand whether, whatever they've done in the past, right, that demonstrates that they'll have the resilience, the tenacity, the grit to go after it for a long period of time. because every seed stage startup, has 5 near-death moments before they kind of cross the chasm and get to be an enduring company.
Like, there's no limit, and there's no limit to ideas and imagination. I'm sure people come up with a lot of ideas. Do you remember any pitch that you heard and you said, no, this is not good? Like the weirdest pitch ever that came to your table?
Look, I mean, we like ideas that we've never heard of before. So that's just what we look for, right? Like, we don't want to hear the 50th idea for the same time. I mean, I think that's not interesting. So we're looking for very unique ideas. So, for instance, we partnered with a company in the consumer space, not an AI company, called Reto.
Okay.
They make kid shoes that expand.
I've read about that.
Basically,
Yes.
sort of kids between the age of 1 is to 10, they outgrow their shoes every 3 to 4 months. So there's an industrial designer, Satyajit from Pune, who designed these shoes that sort of expand. We partnered with a company that is reimagining. This is an AI company called Round One, where they're reimagining hiring and recruiting, right? So if you haven't tried it, they have this WhatsApp AI bot called Tal. You should get Tal on your phone, and Tal will recommend jobs to you. Will find out what you're looking for, and there you go. So just get Tal.
Well, then now that's a great tip. What are those 3 buzzwords that you want every entrepreneur to stop saying? Like disruptive, game changing, those 3 buzzwords that really irritate you now.
No, actually, more than buzzwords, I think just keep it simple, keep it real, focus on the specific problem that you're trying to solve. I would say just focus on what's real.
Is there any social media app that you spend too much time on and you want to reduce that? Something called doom scrolling, has that infected you so
I get
far?
thousands of WhatsApp messages a day. So, I mean, I'd love to have like a WhatsApp bot that just responds to all my WhatsApp messages. I think that would be very, very useful. I'm really only on X. I'm not on any of the other platforms. I mean, I have LinkedIn account, but I'm not really active. I think I have an Instagram account with 10 followers, so that's not.
The next person who reaches out to you with a pitch, how would you want them to begin the pitch?
I think keep it very short. I get emails that are very long. I can't figure out like 2 minutes in what you're trying to build. Keep it very short. Like, what's the idea? Why are you the right team to build it? If you've launched it, give me some sense of early traction. Just, just keep it short.
And
Send me a 1-minute video.
A 1-minute video works? You have the time to watch that video?
1 minute I would, yeah, absolutely. 1 minute I would, 10 minutes I wouldn't.
Understood. 1-minute video. 60 seconds is all you have.
Yeah, that's right.
A lot of hopes and dreams in your inbox right now. People waiting for a yes from you. What does your day look like? Do you balance? The word balance, does it even mean anything?
Yeah, I try to, I get up at about 6. I get to the office by 8 a.m. if I'm in Delhi or Bangalore. I travel a lot. I mean, I travel a lot. I'm in a plane every week almost. And then, I'm in the office till about 6 or 7. I come home, I have dinner. And then usually I have calls with the US, or I'm doing stuff maybe
Doesn't
from
sound like balance.
9 to 10. Yeah, I think, balance is, I mean, I like meeting companies. I like working with startups. That for me is fun. I think so.
As long as you're loving what you do.
Yeah, exactly. I think you have to really like what you do. So.
Last question. For everybody who's a little scared of AI right now, taking over their jobs, of course, everybody has to adopt to AI. You have to move with the way the world's changing. What little tip would you want to give
I would,
everyone?
the one tip is I would try to use the AI tools that are out there to put yourself out of a job. Because when you try to do that, I think you will learn how to use AI really, really well. I think over the next 5 years, you will see that in every profession, the people who are able to use the AI tooling that is appropriate for that role the best will actually progress really far, very fast. Because human behavior is not to embrace fast and deeply. So I think there's real competitive advantage. Actually, if you look at coding today, the new grads who are well versed in these AI coding tools are much more likely to get a role than somebody who's been a coder for 10 years, but who hasn't fully embraced.
So curiosity is something
tools.
that one
Curiosity,
needs
and
to
also
keep.
you got to do it. Just roll up your sleeves, learn it, do it, put yourself out of a job. Like, you should ask yourself as a TV journalist, anchor, online reporter, how would you put yourself out of a job? And I would learn the tools. I would literally build it. And
I'm
then
inspired.
you learn how to use those tools really well.
Thank you so much, Rajan.
All right. Thank you for having
Thank you
me.
so
Thank
much.
you.